Well, this is it. When people come under an actual diagnosis and they live in an area where they've witnessed intimidation or at school, they're at an actual point where they're experiencing obviously anxiety, and it's obviously overcoming that anxiety. The best solution for that is karate, because it learns you to basically ignore any, like, bullying, intimidation, and basically to self-defend, as well as the fact of keep going, ignore the bullies and carry on with the schoolwork. Because my other daughter obviously did karate. But when you come under an actual diagnosis, you see, if the person's obviously trying to calm themselves down and they're experiencing bullying, intimidation, you're making it 10 times worse for them. You're being selfish in the fact of sending your actual bullies to the person under the diagnosis that's obviously trying to control the actual, like, temperament down. You know what I mean? People need space. And what you're doing is that if you approach somebody that's obviously angry, or you want to obviously intimidate somebody that's obviously got anger issues, you're making it 10 times worse. So they need to maintain and control the actual anger, and it takes, like, time and patience. So, people have to make an actual choice to either, like, move out of the area, move off the estate, or even to the point of move schools. Because, schools have to be obviously aware the fact if somebody comes under a diagnosis, and that pass that diagnosis to calm the emotions down and that, and they've got to learn to control. Coming under intimidation is going to aggravate the situation, and then you're going to start thinking, is a parent doing anything wrong? No, we've got things in place to calm people down, and it's like, people are obviously put into the rooms and getting in a routine. Right, well, if you feel angry, go to your room, learn to control your actual anger, instead of obviously going through somebody that's going to wind you up. Right, and obviously, like, bullying, intimidate, or if they're going to, like, wind you up in an argument and that. And this is it, half the time is using your actual instinct. And it's not basically kind of, getting rid of a child, or, so on. Some kids take longer to control the temperament. And what they need is a bit of time and space, and leave them to obviously control their anger and temperament. It's like if they bang into anybody that's trying to wind them up, or bullying, intimidation, they're never going to learn. So, you have to come to, like, these kind of, like, decisions on what's better for your child's future. Do you know what I mean? It's like everybody's got an instinct, and they can obviously tell whether it's somebody's obviously, like, winding somebody up, or, basically why you're obviously acting that, not understanding part of the actual diagnosis. And they have to say, in some sense, experiencing, like, anxiety, where somebody's, like, winding you up, there's bullying, intimidation, at the end of it, it's the person needs to obviously control their actual, like, temperament. You know what I mean? And it's like you've got all these, like, emotions, like, going on when you're an actual teenager. And to be honest with you, you're finding the best options. Well, what's going to be better for the future, you know? And this is it. When you're under diagnosis, you don't realise what's bad and good out there, and you can get easily influenced by these evil people, and this is part of being an actual teenager, is their instinct hasn't fully developed until later. You know what I mean? And to be honest, it's like we all need to control our anger. Some take longer than others, and to be honest, people easily led these, like, angry people into, like, different things. They're being influenced, and it's all completely wrong. And then you're at a dilemma that with your child obviously being influenced, you need to obviously take a step back and think, no, you're not doing that to my child. You know what I mean? We've got to think of the best, like, things for the future for your child. Yet people obviously, like, take longer to control the actual anger. Yeah? And if we've obviously experienced this, like, bullying, intimidation on an estate or during the school, some people take longer than others.